If you were holding on to any bit of hope or grasping at straws that maybe the mainstream graphics card market could be saved, or perhaps Nvidia would be listening to the backlash, then I've got some news for you. Let's discuss that in this video. Hey, if you enjoy content like this, drop a like, make sure to subscribe, and smash that bell so you never miss another video. Hey, what is going on guys? Danny here, welcome back to the channel and I hope you've all been doing well. 2022 is nearly done and we're gearing up for the new year. Here's hoping that 2023 is a good one for you all. Kicking things off next year will be CES 2023. For those of you who are new to following the industry, CES, also known as the Consumer Electronics Show, is the world's biggest event for tech companies to show off their latest and greatest products that they're bringing to market. You'll see companies like AMD, Intel, and Nvidia host keynotes or conferences talking about those things. Nvidia is set to host their GeForce Beyond event on the 3rd of January at 8 AM Pacific, where you can expect that they will be talking about new consumer products they'll be bringing to market, such as the RTX 40 series for laptops, a new desktop GPU, and probably the usual AI/science, maybe data center stuff. What I wanted to focus on for this video was the RTX 4070 Ti. It's been basically confirmed at this point. Nvidia will be making an official announcement for this graphics card at CES 2023. Recently, Nvidia France had accidentally put up specs for the 4070 Ti, along with a graph teasing some of its performance capabilities. This was screen capped by Momomo on Twitter. They're a pretty well-known hardware leaker at this point. If you're to take a look at these specs, you'll see that, surprise, it's the unlaunched RTX 4080 12GB. In the little benchmark graph, they show the 4070 Ti compared against the previous gen RTX 3080, and don't be fooled by those numbers here. You can see that frame generation, which is exclusive to the 40 series, was enabled on the RTX 4070 Ti, making it seem like it's over 3x faster, when in actuality it's like probably 10% faster when it comes to rasterization performance. Now, if this GPU was 10% faster than an RTX 3080, offered better ray tracing performance with the inclusion of DLSS 3 and was priced at $500 or even $550, I feel like a lot of people in the market would have accepted this card as being a decent deal, even though it's disguised as a 4060 Ti and shouldn't be more than $400, but we have to play by Nvidia's rules here, so that's what we gotta go with. Unfortunately, when it comes to pricing, Nvidia is so out to lunch that they'll either be pricing this GPU at the same price point they had originally intended, that being $899, or there might be a mere $100 drop for this card at $799. However, one thing you have to keep in mind is that whatever MSRP Nvidia decides to set, you'll want to just take it with a grain of salt, because apparently there's going to be no reference or Founders Edition card. Those cards do indeed sell for MSRP at places like Best Buy, but since there's no reference, the only option that you'll have is to buy aftermarket AIB cards, and those will have markups. You might be able to find some lower end bottom of the barrel cards that might start at MSRP, like the Gigabyte Eagle series, but if the AIBs want to make their money, their emphasis will be on selling premium models, which will have markups anywhere from $100 to $200. Recently, Canada Computers made a mistake by putting up custom models from Gigabyte on their website. Now, in the title, it does say price is not firm, but like I said, this is probably based on whether the price is going to remain at $899 or $799. However, you can see here that this Gigabyte Eagle OC model, which was the cheapest one, was listed for a whopping $1299, which is roughly about $957 US at the time of making this video. What this tells us is that the MSRP of the RTX 4070 Ti will most likely be $899, and I explained this in my last video. Nvidia probably only considered dropping the price because they were still waiting to see what AMD would do. AMD has decided not to compete and have joined Nvidia. And for those of you who have already commented or were thinking about saying that, just stop. Let's be real here. If AMD wanted to actually compete, the 7900 XTX would have been called a 7000 XT and would have been sold for $799, but AMD has joined Nvidia in chasing after high margins. Therefore, Nvidia will say, cool, you know what, you want a mid-range graphics card now? You better pay up upwards of $900, otherwise you can get lost and go find another hobby. That's the message that they're sending now. So this is where we're at right now, and it's just despicable because entry-level GPUs are selling for $900 plus. The X70 class GPUs always delivered amazing bang for the buck for PC gamers every generation. Yeah, there was always that Halo product, you know, the one that would always garner a lot of hype, but then Nvidia or AMD would have released something along the X70 class or that $300 price point that would just deliver last gen flagship performance at a much more affordable price. And I know what's going to happen. There's going to be Nvidia apologists or even other reviewers who will praise this card and go, well, the RTX 3090 Ti was $2,000 and this is less than half the price for nearly the same performance. Seems like a good deal to me, without realizing how inflated the former was in the first place, and that Nvidia's goal here is to make their margins even fatter than before. You just have to take a look at this and ask, what's the goal here? What's Nvidia really trying to accomplish? Right now, RTX 4080s aren't even moving as much as they had hoped, or rather not selling well compared to how well RTX 3080s had sold for our other X80 class cards. Did Nvidia feel like people would still continue to pay mining boom prices? Because clearly that is not working. So in a way, I am quite baffled that they would have the audacity to price this card so high. It's just bizarre. Will there be people who will buy it day one? Of course. But after day one, I don't think this GPU is going to be hard to find. You will see it sitting on shelves. People who buy X70 class cards have been priced out. Heck, they're going to be priced out from the RTX 4060 Ti. If Nvidia is going to sell the 4070 Ti for about $800 to $900, then the 4060s are going to be starting from that $500 price point. Then those X60 class buyers are going to be priced out as well. You can turn towards the previous generation and you might be able to find some decent deals, but last month I had talked about how previous gen cards from Nvidia were nearly sold out, and if they were available, the prices were just too high since they're still in demand. In fact, the demand has gotten higher. People have just said, you know what, I don't care about this new generation, regardless from Nvidia or AMD. I don't care about these new cards. Previous generation cards still fit my performance target, so I'm just going to go after those. So right now, just go ahead and do this yourself. Like, go on Newegg, go on Best Buy, wherever you shop, and try to search for a 3090 Ti, 3090, 3080, 3080 12 gig, whatever it may be, and try to see if you can find it for near MSRP. And you probably won't. You won't be able to do that. Things were still better on AMD's side before I was able to find RX 6800 XTs in stock at Newegg for like $550 brand new. But now that people have picked up on this, stock has diminished, and prices are remaining high for them as well. You can look toward the used market, but I suspect prices will go up there as well. And the thing is, with the used market, it's such a your mileage may vary sort of situation. In some places, the used market might be great, but for some, it might not be so fortunate. This is why it's so crucial for us to have a new generation to look forward to, where we could once again buy a new card at sensible prices that would deliver great price to performance. So far, everything that's been released fails to accomplish this. And you know what? This is just gonna kill PC gaming, period. One of the biggest selling points of PC gaming was the fact that you could build a rig that would give you comparable performance to a console, if not better, for about the same price, if not cheaper. But along with that, you'd also have all the benefits that come along with using a PC. This is what propelled the growth of the PC gaming market from 2014 to like 2017. That's what got me back into PC gaming. Like, I started playing video games on a PC, but eventually switched over to a console primarily, as that's what most of my friends were playing on. However, I was just so disappointed with the PS4 and Xbox One when they were released that I primarily switched back to PC gaming and haven't looked back ever since. I was in that camp that would buy $100 CPUs and a $150 graphics card and enjoyed having a system that would deliver me great bang for the buck. But it just seems like these manufacturers have made it clear that they don't give a flying fuck about the mainstream market. They're basically saying unless you've got deep pockets, then this hobby is not for you. Go play on a console. I know it sounds harsh, but when Nvidia and AMD are making moves like this, then that is what I'm perceiving. Back in 2014, I could have bought a GTX 970 from Canada Computers for about 410 Canadian dollars. 8 years later, our dollar has devalued, and with inflation at a record high, an equivalent card of this tier should cost considerably more. I'm not denying that. But $1,300? I hope they rot.
If you guys found this video to be informative and entertaining, then leave a like. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. Be sure to check out the video description for cool links and ways to support the channel, such as using my Amazon affiliate link. And if you're interested in seeing more content like this, then consider subscribing. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.